Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for checking out my channel. And for those of you who are returning, thank you. Welcome back. I appreciate you coming back to me. All right, so this is a reading for Gemini. If you're watching for Gemini, you might want to reverse the roles because it will feel as though I'm speaking to you about your Gemini. I'm just getting a few cards to take a look at what has been going on with you since we last spoke, which I believe was in April. I hope you all are enjoying your season, right? Gemini season. So happy birthday to all of you. All right. Oh, okay. So we got King of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Wands reversed, the Moon, Ace of Wands, with Temperance at the bottom of the deck. So you could be dealing with an earth sign, a Pisces, or possibly a Sagittarius. Cancer energy strong too, but it doesn't have to be. So it looks like, Geminis, you've been doing a lot of assessing as far as what is working, what's not working, what and who is worth your time is what this looks like. Some frustration around how people have been presenting themselves to you. And this can be in the past. You know, it looks like there's something here that looked as though it was the opportunity for you. And as you explored it, maybe you came to find out that it was like a no-win situation, right? Or that it just wasn't really worth your time, your investment. I feel like there are things that you want for yourself, but there's an energy here of perhaps going within to try to figure out if you've been living an authentic life, if you're going after the things that you truly want, or if you're going after things that you feel as though you've been conditioned to want, right? And that could be like through society or your family of origin. There's an energy here of you. I don't feel like you're in a bad place. I feel like you're kind of not necessarily trusting the process, but coming to the realization of like, if it's meant for me, it will work. If something didn't work, there may be more to this situation than what I understand it to be. So it's kind of like releasing control, because you're realizing that things may not have gone the way that you want them to go in life, but there's an energy here of you exploring yourself deeper, finding yourself, and then looking back at situations and realizing that maybe things weren't working because they weren't either meant to work at that time, or because once you get closer to where you're going or who you're becoming, you may not have wanted those things anyway, right? So lots of introspection, I feel like, and that happens often, like when we are moving into a milestone, like a birthday or a new year. We kind of sit back and think about our lives and all the things that worked and didn't work. And we think about why, sometimes we have the bigger picture because it's come full circle. Sometimes we don't. But I feel like you're trying to make peace at this time in your life with things that have not gone the way that you wanted them to. And you're looking at it more like, you know what, if certain things didn't happen to me, then I wouldn't be who I am today, right? I like the person that I am today. So I'm not going to sit and beat myself up about the past. You get what I mean? It's almost like you're giving yourself a reason, even if the universe hasn't, so that you can kind of either provide yourself with closure or compartmentalize like your lessons in life, right? Like, well, this happened because of this happened because of that. So lots and lots of introspection, I feel like, at this time. Not a whole lot, I feel like, going on in the love department, based on the fact that you have kind of a suspicious mind right now. I think that has a lot to do with your last situation, because it wasn't what you see is what you get. it was like, okay, behind the curtain, there's something that I don't want, right? And I've invested all this time into figuring out who this person is, trying to get this person to want a relationship or want what I want. And then I realized that this isn't even someone who's relationship material. So I feel like you're a little bit suspicious of offers, any new offers, because you know that people hide, right? They hide who they are and they're not always 100% transparent. So definitely trying to be cautious, I feel like, at this time. Weed people out. If there's people in your midst, it looks like you could have options if you're someone who's dating. But I'm also seeing you really, really picking apart anybody that is coming your way, right? Like you're almost hyper vigilant, which is not a bad thing, right? Based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like someone really wasted your time or deceived you. So it's almost like you're constantly on the lookout, right? For red flags, trying to see if people are who they say they are. If somebody gives you even like an inkling that something is off, I feel like you're out of there right now. So it doesn't look like there's anybody that you are being serious with at this time. As far as your love life, it looks like you come to the realization that whoever this King of Pentacles in the reverse represents to you is out exploring their own options at this time. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. I think that you're looking at this like, okay, I see this for what this is. I was hoping that it would become something else, but I'm starting to understand this is someone who's attracted to drama. And it seems like when you stopped giving this person like their fuel, right? Their dramatic fuel, and you started doing some of this work within yourself and not paying this situation the attention you used to, this person went and found someone else that will play these dramatic games with them, right? So it sucks because it feels like the more you work on yourself or the more you get to know what you want or what you're willing to put up with and set healthy boundaries, whoever this is from your past, it seems like that deters them because they have a need for dramatic situations. And for you, I feel like you're getting to a point in your life where you're like, I'm not into this. I'm too old for this, or this just feels like I'm doing the same thing over and over, right? There's an energy here of you looking at whatever your past situation is and knowing that you don't want anything like that again. But I feel like based on whatever this person is showing you at this time, you feel like you can't go back to this, right? You feel like you see it for what it is, that this is something that was more of a lesson than a soulmate connection, you know? I feel like that's what you're telling yourself at this time. And so you're kind of in this weird space where it's like, now that I know what I know about myself, I don't look at this person the same, right? Because in the past, maybe you felt as though this person didn't fight for you because of something that you were lacking, right? Whereas now you're looking at the full picture and you're seeing that this person, it's almost like they didn't fight for you because they were messed up. You get what I'm saying? And so the takeaway here is it's a little bit hard for you because it's like, okay, I thought maybe I needed to change or I needed to do better or be better. But now I realize that my logic was flawed because this person is just so messed up. It really wouldn't matter what I do, right? They are only comfortable in situations where they're creating drama or they're being sucked into drama, right? So it's showing you that there's not really anything you can do with this. Like you can't build with this person because I feel like if you want to proceed in your own healing or self-exploration, it's like the more you know about life or your spirituality or yourself, the further you get from whoever this is, right? So kind of a hard lesson, because I feel like right now you're trying to wrap this up and figure out what this means in the broader scale of things, right? Like, if this person is not my person, right? What now? What happens next? And it kind of feels like you're in limbo. There's an energy of you hoping that whoever this is gets themselves into some kind of like situation that causes them to have an epiphany or some kind of awakening. But there's also an energy of you trying to process this and telling yourself that you just need to keep going regardless of whether or not that happens. And it seems like the more time that goes by, right, the more you feel like even if this person had this epiphany, you need to be protective of yourself, because it's almost like this person has made a fool of you in the time that they're taking to figure this out, right? Or you feel like you'd be moving backwards if you gave attention to something like this, right? So let's take a look. I want to see what this person is showing you, because I'm seeing what's going on in your situation. Okay, well, Ace of Cups. So it feels like they're showing you that they have love for something, but it may not be you, and that could be why you feel the way you feel, right? If you put a lot of energy into something with someone and then you find that they pick up with someone else, right? Or that they have a bunch of loyalty to someone else, that could be part of this issue where you're like, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to keep sitting around for somebody that is not here for me, or that puts everyone else above me, right? And then I'm there behind the scenes, always picking up the pieces of this person. I'm going to let them figure this out the hard way, because this person, I feel like, is publicly displaying affection, right? But I don't feel like it's towards you. And so it's almost like that's the icing on the cake, or that's like the final nail in the coffin of like, you know what else do I need to see? What more is there for me to see, right? For those of you that are interested in someone who's been in a relationship, I feel like their relationship is not working out the way that they want. It's very possible that they'll be taking a break from whoever they're with, or be separating from that person indefinitely. At the very least, though, it's a break. So be mindful if you're interested in someone and you know that they've been in a relationship before, or that they were in a relationship, because it's possible that right now they're not, right? But it also kind of looks like that's something that, is like still in their energy. It's still a possibility for them to go back and reconcile with whoever this person is. Okay. So I just want you to be super careful. Okay. For some of you, this person has been in a relationship and they separate from whoever they're with, only to find out that that person is pregnant. And I think for you, that would just be so hard, because it's like, okay, this person reconciled with me and now they're back and they're finding out that their ex is pregnant. So they're in a whole nother situation and I'm stuck with this situation now. You get what I mean? Because whoever this is with this King of Pentacles in the reverse, they're a cheater, they're a liar. They're somebody who, even if they were in a relationship with you, I feel like they would go back and forth between you and other people. So because you know that about this person, that's not something that you are unaware of. I think for you, finding out that they're always going to be connected to this other partner, right? That might be just devastating, but also just too much, because there's always that other option. There's always somewhere for them to go, when they're angry with you, or something to make it seem like at any moment they could go off and be with someone else. And for some of you, that's what this person is looking for. You know, they want to trap someone so that they do kind of always have that backup plan. You could be dealing with a Taurus or have Taurus in your chart, because I did see something kind of similar to that in Taurus's reading. It's almost like this person has a way about them where they kind of cause destruction everywhere they go, and then they leave without giving closure so that they can always come back. But it almost feels like when you stopped dealing with this person realized that that's not enough, right? Because you got into a space where it looks like you didn't need the closure. You know, you were just kind of like, whatever. I'm not going to keep pretending like this is something it's not. I'm going to go with what I'm seeing. I'm going to shut the door on this. You would think this person would learn a lesson from that, but instead it's almost like they learned that they need to start creating permanent situations in people's lives that they want to hold on to. So, that's weird. Like, this is literally somebody who's coming to the realization that not everybody is going to fall for their games. So it's almost like, because I don't want to change my behavior, I need to find a way to make it so that people are stuck with me, whether I'm a good person to them or not. So if you're reconciling with somebody, because I'm seeing, you know, that there's kind of this lukewarm offer, be careful, right? Because they could be trying to get you pregnant or trying to have a child with you if you're a masculine energy, because then they'll always have something to go back to, right? Like, you can't shut the door in their mind. That's how they're viewing it. So kind of crappy, because it's like you would just think people would get with the program. But instead, this person is trying to like find ways to become a permanent fixture in people's lives. So this could be someone who moves way too quick if they come into your life, right? If you're dealing with someone new, just be careful of that, right? Because what I'm seeing here is that there is an illusion here, and I don't want you to fall for it. You know, it's literally like this person is trying to make it so that you and other people in their lives can't cut them out, can't shut them out. You know, and this could even be somebody that's like, okay, let's get married very quickly or something. And then they still go off and do whatever they do, and they won't grant you a divorce, right? It's something like that, where this person, it's like, they'd offer you something to be able to create some kind of binding situation, okay, where you're stuck with them. And I want you to be careful, because it looks like you may not be the only person that they have a tendency to do this to, or that they've been thinking about doing this to. Because I think what this is that this person has done so much like crap to people that they're fed up with them. And so this hot and cold behavior, it's like, rather than people being inspired to chase them anymore, they're just shutting them out and locking the door on them. And so now this person is like, no, you don't leave me, right? You're not leaving me. I'll create a situation where we always have to be together in some way. You always have to know me in some way. So I don't know, dude, this is weird. I'd say be careful of like purchasing anything with this person, because they are in this space of being kind of vengeful and wanting to make you have to stay. So like, if you got a house, if you got a car, like, you know, if you got anything with this person, they would make it really difficult for you to get rid of your half. Because this person wants permanency without the commitment, right? They're looking for a way to keep you without having to behave better, stay in one place. I don't even know, Gemini. This is so weird. I don't even know if I'm going to put this video up, because it's like, who the hell is this? If you've been separated, you were trying to just get this person to like wake up. You can't treat people like trash. They're like, okay, well, how can I make it so that the people I love can never leave me, right? Like, you can't leave me or my kid's mom. I'll take you to court. You have to see my face for the next 18 years. It's not a choice anymore, right? So, yeah, I guess I'd say be super duper careful. Because you will be finding this out, Empress. See, this is what I'm talking about. Either they're coming back to you and it feels like they've gotten someone else pregnant, or they're trying to come back to you and get you in a space where you have a family with them. But yeah, I feel like this is a secret plan. This is something that this person's been thinking about, because you raised the stakes here. I don't think this person thought that you were going anywhere. I don't think they thought that you would really leave, or they felt like if you left and you dated someone else, you would come back to them or realize that they were who you wanted. So here they are creating this kind of plan. Be careful if you already have kids, because this is somebody that want to come in and kind of love bomb your kids, right? And take over and be the parent that's missing. So that now it's like, you can't shut me out. Your kids love me, right? You have to see me all the time. Like you do that to your child. You get what I mean? It's weird. You may notice that this person has a tendency to do things like that. Because I feel like with this King of Pentacles in the reverse, this could be somebody who has like different households that they have to deal with, right? Like, oh, that's my kid's mom or my kid's dad or my neighbors, so-and-so's, like, this is weird. This is like families that are either separated or, this is somebody who wants to be able to go to different places and get validation for all their good deeds by like filling roles that they don't need to play. And I feel like now that that's not working, they're going to start creating those roles for themselves of like, oh my God, just be so, so careful. This is such a weird reading. This is such a weird reading. This is like somebody that would give you a pet just so that you share something. And then if you don't want to talk to them, then they like demand to see their pet, right? Or, it's just something weird like that. So be careful of anything this person offers you. Maybe don't drink with this person, because this is somebody that would like lie and say that they're on birth control when they're not. Or, say that they're sterile if they're not, that kind of thing. Like this is kind of creepy, Gemini. So just, I'd say be careful, because whatever you're being offered, it looks like what you've been wanting, I feel like, from this person, but behind it is a Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's really just to keep you where they want you to be. And they're not being forthcoming with that, right? They're not telling you like, I want to be with you, let's be in a relationship. Instead, they're offering you something to suck you back in and then try to put you in a situation that it feels like you can't get out of without really having to fight. I don't know. Like, I don't know. This person, they don't want you to leave, but they also don't want other people to leave too. So just be so careful, because this is literally the energy of like, maybe you get pregnant and then you find out, 9 months later that your kid has a brother or sister that's like 2 days older. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is weird. This is somebody I feel like that's trying to create different places to be, where it's like, I always have house A, house B, and really this is all happening because you're not willing to allow this person to keep trying to make up for what they've done wrong. So, hey, weird message. Actually, hopefully it won't resonate for everybody. I mean, be careful of this person giving you a big loan. Just anything that would keep it so that you have to deal with them for an extended period. It's like they're trying to find a way to rope you in without changing their behavior or giving you real commitment. Okay, so just be careful of that. You ask your angels in the reverse. So I feel like you already know what you need to know about this energy. You're actually being told not to compromise with this person at this time. Reconsider perhaps what you've been wanting as far as this relationship. And you got to ask for help from others. So this is making me feel like rather than asking for help from source, you may actually need like real help, right? Like not just like spiritual help, but you might need like a restraining order. I don't know. Like, you might need to figure out what your resources are for a better contraceptive, or you get what I'm saying? Like you need to find help in the 3D. Maybe talk to like someone that talks back, right? Not saying that spirit doesn't talk back, but oftentimes like you pray, you wait for a sign, you're not sure if you interpret it right, whatever, right? This is like, no, you need to either talk to like a therapist about this person's behavior, talk to a family member, find somebody that's like in the 3D that can be like, no, sit down, let's take a look at this. This is not what you want. You've come so far, right? You got in at the right time, but in the near future, don't stop. So I feel like you're really close to getting what you want. May not be with whoever this is, because they seem kind of like they're regressing in their progress. But it could also be that because you're being so skeptical of like new love, that's why maybe this situation is presenting itself to you so that you can look at that again and be like, hey, you know what? That really was the universe protecting me. I dodged a freaking bullet. Now this person has 10 kids by 10 people. Thank God I'm not like, baby mom or baby dad number one. And now there's all these other people. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's something about this that I feel like you're trying to tell yourself everything happened for a reason, but now it's almost like you're going to figure out what that reason is so that you can really close this situation out and be open to receive, because it's not you, Gemini. It never was you. It's whoever this person is. They just got issues, and I think that you misinterpreted that and made it more about you when in reality it was not anything you were doing, right? Whoever this is just, I don't even know who you're gonna have to let me know, because that's a lot. So, this is an opportunity to close all this out and kind of really know why this happened to you, or, for you, I suppose. I'm going to take a look at this person. I'm going to figure out what the hell is going on with them. We're going to see how they feel about you. Because I guess it didn't really come through outside of them feeling possessive, feeling upset, that you're gone. So we're going to take a look at that. I'm going to take a look at some other stuff too. I want to see what they'll do in the future, as well as like, what are they hiding from you? And get a feel for what this person is bringing into your life outside of trying to bring you something that feels more permanent, in the sense that you'd be stuck with them. So if that is something you're interested in, the link is in the description box below, and I will speak to all of you again soon. Bye. This is somebody who thought you would never leave. They thought that if they looked really good or ignored you long enough or paid attention to other people, it would inspire you to come back. I also feel like this person in your absence has been trying to go back to other people. So if this is someone who has like a lot of weird open-ended situations, or they're friends with exes, they could have tried to go back to any of those people. There's also a possibility that they try to find someone to like insert in your place. So that could be like a newer thing, and they're trying to pit that person against exes. It's kind of like whatever role you feel like you played in this person's life. Like if you were the third person, or if there was the third person and they ping pong back and forth to make people jealous, you stepped out of that and they needed to find someone to fill your spot. So it looks like this person is trying to recreate whatever situation you were in with them that you've gotten out of, because this is someone that I feel like can't just focus on one situation at a time. It's like they always have to have people arguing over them, vying for their attention. There always has to be that person that they can kind of be like, well, if you don't do what I want, you're going to see this picture of me with someone else. And so that'll keep you in line.